In Myrtle Beach, crews responded to a fire at a popular tourist attraction. Officials say the fire started around 2:45 yesterday morning at Barefoot Landing. When crews arrived, fire was burning through the roof of one building that housed two stores. Fire officials say they were able to stop the fire from spreading to other buildings. One business had major damage. Officials say access to the area was limited until crews were cleared.
Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is set to be interviewed by investigators from Special Counsel Jack Smith's office. Smith is overseeing the Justice Department's investigation into former President Donald Trump's alleged role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol and efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Trump called Raffensperger after the election to press him to, quote, find the votes needed for Trump to win the state of Georgia. Audio of the call was publicly released. Smith originally subpoenaed Raffensperger in December for documents, but not for him to appear or testify in person. That interview set for today in Atlanta.
Officials with the FAA are in Evans County, Georgia, investigating a plane crash that killed 3 people. The sheriff says just after midnight Monday, they got a call regarding a missing plane. After hours of searching, deputies found the downed plane and the bodies of 3 men who were on board. The FAA is working to determine the cause of the crash.
4 decades after a plane crashed in western North Carolina, its wreckage has been removed. 2 people were killed when a small plane crashed near Water Rock Knob in November of 1983. After the crash, debris was left behind on land that was later donated to the Blue Ridge Parkway in 2016. Officials say the site of the crash attracted a lot of visitors who were accessing the crash site on unauthorized trails. So out of concern for visitor safety, damage to rare species, and other environmental impacts, a helicopter removed the remaining debris from the mountainside yesterday morning.
At 6:50, now to a touching story from Greenville Police. They say one of their officers was able to reconnect a homeless man with his family. The department posted pictures on social media yesterday and says Lieutenant Tim Conroy recently had an interaction with Brian, who had been without a home for 2 years. Lieutenant Conroy was able to find Bryant's family in Virginia. They were overjoyed he had been found. Greenville police say Bryant was taken back to Virginia. You can read our full story on WYFF4.com.
Greenville Police Chief Howie Thompson is postponing his retirement. That's at the request of new city manager Shannon Lavrin. Lavrin was appointed Monday night. She released a statement that reads, quote, I asked him to stay because he's a trusted advisor who will bring stability to the organization and our public safety leadership team as I transition into my new role, end quote. Chief Thompson's last day was supposed to be Friday. He's been with the Greenville Police Department for more than 25 years.
The BMW Group has broken ground on a new battery assembly plant in Woodruff. The $700 million facility named Plant Woodruff will be built on 315 acres of land along Highway 101. The plant will provide high-voltage batteries to BMW's plant in Spartanburg, which is preparing to produce fully electric vehicles. Governor Henry McMaster says BMW is investing in South Carolina's people and says the state's future looks bright.
With this kind of economic growth, it provides more security for our people. That means they can maybe buy the house they wanted to buy. They can buy the clothes for the children that they want. It just adds stability and prosperity to everyone.
The plant is expected to be operational by 2026. We're told it will employ around 300 people.
Presbyterian College in Clinton will soon have a new president. The Board of Trustees named Dr. Anita Gustafson as the institution's 20th president Tuesday. She's currently dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at Mercer University, which is a private research university in Macon, Georgia. Dr. Gustafson will replace current PC president Dr. Matthew Vandenberg, who announced in January that he would step down at the end of this month. Her first day is August 1st. Gustafson will be the first female president in the college's history.
The Greenville Liberty women's soccer team hasn't had the season it hoped for with 3 wins and 7 losses. But with 2 games left on their schedule, head coach Julie Carlson and her players are focused on the positives. They got the chance to add a few more wins to their record with their home finale coming up tonight and their season finale on Sunday. Tonight's home game is against Asheville City. The match at Paladin Stadium starts at 7 o'clock.
Former Gamecock Aaliyah Boston will start in the WNBA All-Star Game in 2 weeks. That's an impressive honor for the Indiana Fever forward, who's in her rookie season. She's the 8th rookie in WNBA history to be named an All-Star starter and the first since 2014. Boston leads the league in field goal percentage and leads all rookies in scoring, rebounds, and blocks per game.
It really is a blessing. I mean, you come into the WNBA as a rookie and, I mean, you set goals for yourself, but sometimes this was not one of the ones that I had set, because I just came in thinking I just want to be a great rookie, do what my team needs for me, and this is just another door that God has opened. And honestly, I'm so excited. It's like unreal. My family is pumped, and I'm just super excited. It's really a blessing.
Former Gamecock Asia Wilson is also set to make her 5th All-Star appearance. Wilson will be a captain for one of the teams, and she was also a captain last year, and her team won. The WNBA All-Star Game is July 15th in Las Vegas.
Well, the matriarch of an upstate church was honored at the South Carolina State House. Mabel Owens Clark received a Preservation Service Award Tuesday afternoon. The award recognizes projects that make exemplary contributions to the advancement of historic preservation. Clark kept her promise to her mother to never let the historically black Soapstone Baptist Church close. It's in Pickens County. She's well known for her fish fry fundraisers that help keep it afloat. In the past few months, several groups joined together to create a conservation easement to ensure the property won't be developed commercially.